Throughout Dragon Ball Z, we saw Goku and Vegeta have the opportunity to become a father. They both chose Earthling wives and had difficulties in adopting the customs of earthly families. In this video, we'll focus on just Dragon Ball Z, and I'll give 3 reasons why Goku was the better father across Dragon Ball Z. Goku showed more affection and love to Gohan and Goten, when he could, and spent much more time with them. Goku was with Chi-Chi from their marriage ceremony till 5 years later when he was killed in the Raditz fight. He was there for Gohan since his birth, playing with him and helping him to mature. He showed amazing ability to be a father in Gohan's earliest years, despite only having Grandpa Gohan for a short time as a fatherly figure. After Goku was resurrected, he always sought to protect Gohan on Namek and then with the androids in Cell. He trained for 3 years with Gohan for the androids and a further year in the hyperbolic time chamber with Gohan for Cell. This was the best time they'd had together, and it really helped Gohan to mature. Some folks say that Goku giving his life at the end of the Cell arc makes him a bad father, but come on, there was hardly other options out there, what else could he do really? And so it wasn't a selfish thing, it was him making sure that hopefully everyone else could survive, so it doesn't make him a bad father. When they tried to resurrect Goku, he wanted to stay dead and keep the Earth safe, as he believed he was a magnet for bad guys. I can see Goku's reasoning here, but no matter the danger involved, wouldn't he want to be with his wife and son? It would have bugged him that he couldn't see Gohan mature into a young adult. But I don't believe he was being entirely selfish for wanting to train, as 7 years of peace did actually occur whilst he was dead, but this changed the day he was given to come to Earth. After Kid Buu was defeated, Goku spent the next 10 years with his family. So Goku spent pretty much as long as he could with Gohan and Chi-Chi so as to not endanger the Earth. But finally at the end of Z, Goku changed and ran off. After waiting years for Oob to grow up, Goku left to train him, and for several years he didn't even visit Gohan, Goten and Chi-Chi. But I guess since his sons were all grown up, it wasn't as bad. But it's terrible to leave your wife for the foreseeable future who you vowed to stay with till death. What was Chi-Chi gonna tell her friends? If she has any, really. Vegeta, on the other hand, was a villainous enemy who through the course of Dragon Ball Z experienced a lot of personal growth. But it took years for him to love and care for Bulma and Trunks. During the 3 years before the androids appeared, Bulma had Trunks, but Vegeta kept leaving Earth for training without telling her. Then he suddenly reappeared to battle Android 19 and 20. Despite seeing Bulma and Trunks in danger, he shockingly didn't care to save them. Vegeta didn't even return home, but instead trained for the rest of the arc. During the 7 years before the Buu saga, Vegeta returned home and seemed to be there for Bulma and Trunks. Finally, Vegeta was many times too serious and cold towards his son, but at least he showed love sometimes and did fun things for Trunks, such as going to the park. Then in the Buu saga, once he allowed Babidi's magic to give him power, he decided to abandon his family, which Goku saw through and made Vegeta admit that he really did care for them. So when it came to sacrificing himself against Buu for his family and the Earth, he embraced Trunks for the first time and tried to show his love for once. After Buu was defeated, Vegeta stayed with Bulma and Trunks for the next 10 years, and they also had Bra as well. Number 2. Goku was a better father role model than Vegeta, as he didn't live purely for himself. He did want to become the strongest, but mainly so he could protect his family and have fun. Vegeta, on the other hand, just wanted to become stronger than Goku and train for his own pride's sake. He frequently didn't care about his family, and this showed in his actions. Goku positively grew a lot over Dragon Ball Z, and he didn't even know what marriage was, and he didn't even know how to have kids, so he didn't have kids to be a good father. All these things he didn't know about, and they were so much less thought out anyways. In an interview for the Tenkaichi Densetsu in 2004, Toriyama said, "Goku isn't interested in child rearing probably. He's completely unqualified to be a father. He doesn't even have a job. Goku wants nothing other than to get stronger, and it feels like he doesn't have any of the instincts. So he shows absolutely no interest in things he's not interested in. I bet he wouldn't have had any interest in marriage either. It's interesting that Toriyama is highly critical of Goku's motivations and makes him out to be a bad father. Because when we look at Dragon Ball Z, we do see that Goku actually made time for Gohan and Chi-Chi a lot of the time, aside from training as well. And Goku was great and really supportive towards Gohan in choosing a path in life which he wouldn't have chosen for Gohan at all. Being a scholar rather than a fighter, you know, that's completely different to what Goku would have wanted, but he's so supportive. He also had confidence in Gohan's power and believed he could destroy Cell and protect the world when he died at the end of the Cell saga. Vegeta was also becoming a better father role model when Trunks was growing older, as he didn't exalt his own training as more important than Trunks. He wanted Trunks to be strong and beat Goten, just like any father who wants their son to be the best. When Vegeta hoped his relapse into Majin Vegeta would remove the emotions of fondness towards his family, it couldn't eradicate the love he had for them. Obviously, this didn't make Vegeta a good father, but at least after this point, his motivations changed and he committed to show his love and care to Trunks. In the Daizenshu 7 character dictionary in 1996, it said that after his marriage, he appeared as a character who had feelings of attachment creep inside him somewhere, while keeping his cool demeanour. By the end of Dragon Ball Z, you would even feel like Vegeta is the better father role model, but since it took so many years of pain, you would say Goku is consistently better over Dragon Ball Z. Number 3. Goku's a better father than Vegeta as he actually tried to provide for Gohan and Chi-Chi. The Sun family weren't blessed like the Briefs, who had all the money in the world literally. When the world didn't need protecting, the Sun family needed finances coming in to get by. They instead lived simply and Chi-Chi often complained about their money running out. Although Goku didn't understand the need or how to go to school or how to drive a car or to work a job, he at least tried to grasp these things despite failing miserably. Somehow in Dragon Ball Z, the Sun family got by, but we're not shown how. All we saw was them having plenty of food, a house, car and everything they needed. If anything, the one that leached off his wife was instead Vegeta, and I reckon he wouldn't have even tried to work if they were in such a dire financial position, whereas Goku did. All in all, I think Goku is the better father in Dragon Ball Z because across the series, he was frequently with his family when he could be, and this lasted right till the end of Z, of course. Although Vegeta improved after the Cell arc, he at that time chose to abandon his young wife and child. This was a critical time in Trunks' development and also a really critical time for Bulma, and yet he chose to be absent. Goku also showed more capacity to be flexible and really did try to provide for his family at times, and he was also a far better role model than Vegeta. Do you guys honestly agree with me or not? Like, let me know down in the comment section below. And also guys, remember to like the video and subscribe. And also if you missed it, check this video up on here about whether Piccolo could be more of actually Gohan's father. Anyways guys, thanks. Kai.